Good morning, everyone. I wanted to touch on mindset. So we're getting even closer to the launch of To Be Mindset on May 2nd. And this program, I'm getting lots of questions about it. And it is so much about nutrition and mindset. And so I can't give you all the information, but I wanted to share with you a little bit about mindset that I have learned along my own health and fitness journey that started over 6 years ago. And something that I've learned from Tony Robbins, because I've been to his events, I've went through his programs, I've worked with his life coaches, is that the way we talk about ourselves and the way we identify ourselves is going to be how we act. So I've seen a lot of comments and statements from people in this group about, oh, I am this, I am that. So here's the thing is, if you say, I am fat, I'm an overeater, I'm a sabotager, I'm this, I'm a that, your brain operates in the manner that whatever you say you are, or how you identify yourself is how you're going to act, because that's how you have identified yourself too. So I want you to get away from those I am statements that are shedding negative light on you or your behavior or your actions. And so I want you to start focusing on who you want to be. And it's so powerful to have those I am statements, because it's act as if who you want to be and not who you've associated with. I know that people in this group have talked about that I've always been this way. Why do I always do this? And so I want you to start writing down statements of who you think you are now. So that is the assignment that I'm giving you now, is to write down who you think you are. I know that when I went in to an inpatient therapy back in 2015, we had to write these statements. And so I went into this therapy, really, I was suicidal. I felt really hopeless. I was really dealing with my PTSD, my BPD, general anxiety, depression, all this stuff. And I was at the lowest point. And I wrote these statements about myself. And then they turned it around. We reversed it and wrote different statements. And so by the time I left and checked out 7 days later, the statements were totally different. That I felt lovable, I felt beautiful, I felt strong, I felt these different things. So I want you to write down whatever it is that you're feeling about yourself. I'm a self-sabotager, I'm this. And then we're going to work on this. And this is going to be part of what I'm going to be facilitating in this group once we start To Be Mindset. Not only are you going to be tracking your foods, you're going to be tracking your mindset. You're going to be journaling things about yourself that you're learning. Not just about how foods are making you feel or the aha moments you're having about the way you're eating, but also just the mindset. Because here's the thing is, I've had some major shifts in my mentality in the last 6.5 years. And I want to encourage you as well to start doing some personal development. I've given some really great recommendations to people throughout my journey. And I came across some really amazing books that I think will especially help everybody in this group who are really wanting to cultivate better eating habits and a different mindset around exercise, around themselves and their nutrition itself. So if you have any questions, let me know. But I have a link where I can send you, so you can sign up for a free membership and get 2 free books to listen on audio. That's the only way I ever listen to books is either on CD. Tony Robbins, I have a lot of his programs are on CD or on audio, because I have ADD and I'm busy. And I know that you guys are just as busy as I am. So when you're driving to the gym, when you're driving to work, when you're driving your kids to football or soccer or baseball, whatever they play, listen to it. When you're folding laundry, listen to it. When you can't sleep at night, listen to it. Because here's the thing is, how you feed your mind with whatever you're listening to, whether it's the people you're around, the shows you're watching, whatever it is how you're going to act. And that is going to shape your belief system. So when you start listening to things that are feeding your mind, helping deal with that negative voice in your head, or helping you deal with things that have been traumatic or shaped a negative mindset around certain things, then you're going to grow. And so that is something that can be very uncomfortable, but it's so rewarding. And so I look at it this way, is that you're going to have to change a lot about your day-to-day routine. You're going to have to change a lot about the way you're doing things if you want different things. Like I've said before, if nothing changes, then nothing changes. So I want you to start adopting different things that are going to contribute to a more positive mindset, contribute to growth, contribute to busting out of that comfort zone. And that's the thing, is that so many people don't want to feel uncomfortable. They don't want to deal with certain things, but they would rather just stay comfortably uncomfortable than get out of it. And so here's the thing, is like, I had to make a decision that I didn't want to stay living a mediocre life. I didn't want to stay with my head buried in the sand and in denial. I wanted growth. And with that has brought some really amazing changes. I have left a lot of people behind in my course of my journey, but I've also picked up some really amazing habits and amazing people. And I enjoy my life so much more than whenever I was just staying stuck and uncomfortable. So I want to just reiterate that mindset's everything. Reach out to me if you would like my link where you can get 2 free books to sign up for your free membership on Audible. And then I will give you my recommendations on the books. I've read some amazing books recently that have been so helpful and will be helpful on this journey. And also, I want you to find a journal, or even if you just have to grab some copy paper or binder paper or whatever, and I want you to write your I am statements of what you are, because we're going to work on changing how you see yourself. Because again, how you talk about yourself, the language you use is going to be how you act in accordance. And so we want you to start saying really positive things about yourself, because it's the only way you're going to change. Your brain is wired to do whatever you tell it is, and whatever you tell it to do, or however you think. So if you say, I'm always a sabotager, I never can get past 175 pounds, guess what? As soon as you get to 176 pounds, you're going to be like, oh no, here we are again, right on the cusp. I know what's going to happen. I know what I always do. And guess what? You're going to do what you always do, because you've convinced yourself of that. So we're going to work on reversing those statements, reversing those belief systems that you have about yourself. I posted last night about how my parents always told me I was lazy. If you're told that you're lazy all the time, if your parents, if your spouse, if your kids, if your friends always tell you, oh yeah, and I've heard this from people I've worked with, that people be like, oh, there goes so-and-so. Let's see how long they stick to this. They're always a quitter. Guess what? You need to reverse that, because you're going to just fucking keep quitting because everybody keeps telling you you're a quitter, and you're going to believe that. And so we're going to work really hard on that, where you get rid of those belief systems, and where you learn to tune out those people. And really, those people are not really haters. They just believe a certain thing as well. And so I want you to shine brightly, so that you believe really positive things about yourself, so that you start believing it so much that you instill it in other people. And here's the thing, is I've heard people say like, oh, Mindy was this way, blah, blah, blah. And really, it's not that they don't believe that I can't change. They just haven't mastered change. So they can't even begin to fathom that I've changed. But guess what? We're all on this journey together. We're here to help one another. But all in all, this is each individual person's journey. And so let's support one another. Let's work through it. And let's just focus on staying in our lane and staying focused on ourselves and encouraging other people along the way. So I'd love to see you start working on these types of challenges that I'm giving you. Write these things down, post it in the comment section. Start telling other people what you're doing. Start reaching out to people. Guess what? Other people might want to join you on this journey. Other people might be silently suffering. And what's great is if you know you can help somebody, encourage them, or get them directed into the right path, guess what? You're going to be more likely to stay on this path yourself. So let me know if you have any questions, but I am so excited because we're getting closer and closer to the May 2nd 2B Mindset launch date.